Now, to the guys in the audience, let me just say this. Can you imagine you or me going into a retail establishment someplace and walking up to a clerk and putting our hands on her body, on her breasts? What do you suppose would happen? You know damn good and well what would happen. You're asked to go to jail right then, as soon as she could get to a phone and call and complain. Because of all the cameras around, there would be the proof. You go to jail. But that's only because you don't have any power or position or notoriety. And you're not bringing in $180 million a year to a company, a media company, that puts lies and bullshit out for people to consume. If you were, you could get away with it, like O'Reilly did. The reality is it came down to a situation of public relations and money. The decision to fire this piece of shit had nothing whatsoever to do with the fact that he is a serial female assaulter, that he's a mental rapist. Nothing. Fox News was willing to let him continue because he was a money source. Now, all of a sudden, 50, 60 advertisers start pulling their ads. Revenue starts to drop. Fox affiliates around the country started sending in messages to Rupert Murdoch, no less, that if this sort of stuff went on in their station, wherever they're located, the person doing it would be fired. Now, here's the part that is disgusting. I don't know how to figure this one out. I really don't. O'Reilly's audience numbered about 3 million every night, which is the highest ranked cable show on television. Your average nightly newscast of the three networks attracts maybe 6 or 7 million people each. So there's a comparison number for you. But in the world of cable television, you have 3 million pairs of eyes out there watching you. God, that's incredible. So when the stories started to accumulate on O'Reilly, his viewership went from 3 million to 3.4 million. It increased. Can you figure that one out? I mean, I realize sometimes I just get lost in the reality of what a fucked up society we live in, you know? I mean, any country that would put someone like Donald Trump or allow him to assume office of the presidency, there's something seriously, seriously wrong with that society, that culture. Really. But the fact that his viewership went up, you know, people were just, it was like, go, Bill, rape another one. Go, Bill, insult more women. Go, Bill, we love what you're doing. I told my friends and now they're watching. You know, I still don't get that. I really don't. I just don't get it. At my age, I can't figure out why that happens. You'd think I'd been around long enough to realize that that's the way it is. That when people hear about a really nasty-ass sexual scandal, and I'm not trying to be partisan here, but I'm not talking about consensual sex between two adults. If Bill Clinton wants to commit adultery, that's their family's business, right? But committing adultery is different from verbally raping women, insulting women, grabbing women, because you're in a powerful position and they have no choice. one assumes that an adulterous affair is a consensual moment between two adults. But I still can't get my mind around that the top-rated cable news show was hosted by a sexual predator. The President of the United States is a sexual predator. The chairman of that network was a sexual predator. It just goes on and on. Jesus. And every one of them is a pious son of a bitch, up to the point where on his trip to Italy, O'Reilly has the balls to approach the Pope. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking right now, oh, come on, Malloy. The Catholic Church is loaded with sexual predators. Every goddamn one of them probably at some point has either been a sexual predator or has thought about it, maybe stopped himself at the last minute. So what's the big deal? Yeah, you're right. You're right. But in order to accept that, I would also have to accept the idea that Pope Francis is a condoner of sexual predators. A lot of things about this Pope I thoroughly don't like. His religious control of women, his insistence that women are secondary in every way. Don't listen to this bullshit about, it's in the Bible. So I realize what the Pope is. But to shake the hands of a perverted bastard the Pope is shaking the hand that was on Bill Riley's penis while he was masturbating and calling women up on the phone and letting them know what he was doing. Hey, Pope, yo, you better get some of that alcohol rub there, dude. Jesus Christ, you realize whose hand you shook today? Yeah!